I've just brought this cheap Range Rover L405 and as you can see the damage is way worse than we were expecting it to be. Join us in this episode as we take the rear panel out and get a new one in. Hi guys, we are back and we have got some serious rear end damage to show you guys today. We've got a new outer and inner panel. Kieran's here again because it's going to be a bit of a two-man operation we think to get this apart.
Cold in here as well.
It's freezing cold. The type of climate one of these would be good in, but this one's unusable.
No, yeah.
At the minute. So we're just going to strip the interior out like this side is, so we can get some access in there. This rear lamp's got to come out, all the bracketry down here's got to come out, all of the wiring looms, broken bits of panel down here is all going to have to come off so we can start making our way to split these panels because they're basically bonded together here and then riveted in certain places as well. Let's get cracking.
Right, so here we have Z rear panel, which is all alloy. If you get a close-up, Alex, you can see here how they put it together with the glue and the pinch rivets all the way along. So that's how they attach. Instead of a spot weld, it's glue and pinch riveted.
Oh wow.
All the way along. So we've got that whole section, so we haven't got to worry about glue and pinch riveting.
Excellent.
So that, in theory, is the back side of this. Obviously we've got the front panel as well to go on. So this is the inner rear panel, which will go behind all of this.
But that would be the other way around.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
Yeah, it'd be the other way around as well, obviously. Yeah. So ignore that.
Don't put it online.
It won't fit that way. Hence why we need to take the inners out, because we've got to put it in from the inside.
Yeah.
So we'll have to manipulate it, angle it all about, and go in, because we've got to go behind the rest of this. It's going to be a puzzle. I've never done one. So Alex thought, oh no, I'll buy one and we'll do it.
How hard could it be?
It's the main reason he got it. It's a challenge. He likes a challenge for other people.
Using a flat chisel, we can start to split the panels, which as you can see, they are riveted and bonded together with structural epoxy. This process takes a fair amount of time, so it's all about being patient and careful as you want to avoid damaging the remaining good panels on the car. I'm now using a grinder to take off the rivet heads. This allows the panel to come away easier when split with a chisel. So you want to go straight through it?
Go down there.
We then decided making some well-positioned cuts with a reciprocating saw would make our lives easier than if we were to try and take the panel out as one. Bearing in mind this is the first time I've chopped bits off a luxury car. Watch your fingers, like that. Got to get that middle one out, haven't we? And with a bit of wiggling demonstrated by Kieran, the first part of the rear outer panel is removed.
Yeah.
I took the limelight. Do I need to, or was that bad me doing that?
What's that?
That?
Yeah, just keep it flat, because we want to keep this.
Don't forget that's a good side.
Only that is. Yeah, probably here. where that rivet was.
Let's go up.
What,
Up there.
from here, possibly. Have a look.
There she is, look. Right, I've just got the outer rear panel off. You can sort of see the extent of the damage here, where it's all bent in, but obviously the new panel, this is all part of it. So we're gonna have to separate this panel here from the boot floor.
Yeah, this panel here from the boot floor.
Yeah, so they're two separate panels, so the boot floor will remain because that's all good.
So we're going to repair that, reshape that, pull that out, tap it over.
Reshape this part because this is minimal here. We'll be able to pull this
and all
back.
of this will be replaced, this, all the way up to here and round here.
Yeah.
This
we're going to have to straighten.
Yeah.
But it's minimal here, but we've got the inner panel here anyway.
Yeah, so when all them panels are off, it should be nice and easy to manoeuvre and manipulate back into shape. If you cut it along there, then you'll be able to get that easier.
There's something there. Just like that. So we have got a few more bits of damage which I need to show you guys. We didn't know when I bought the car from Copart. The driver's side headlamp is broken. Back of the headlamp here, you can see it's all cracked here. All totally broken. All the brackets are broken off. It's quite frustrating actually because on the listing, you look at that, it looks absolutely perfect. And online, these headlamps are going second-hand broken for about £300. So I'm going to hunt high and low for a new one, but you can see brackets broken across there. So we're going to have to replace that. I've had to order a new front bumper for it as well. And you can see the damage on this bumper, and it's all split and cracked here. But again, you couldn't see that on the Copart pictures to that extent. There's also damage down here, so that's why we've decided that we'll replace this bumper. I think it's for the best, but we'll probably do that at a later date and focus on the rear panel at the minute. And the other thing is we've got suspension damage. This is the culprit. The lower arm, it's more of a sort of track control arm, basically. It's kinked. So because that's bent down, that's pulling the top of the wheel over. You can see this wheel is towing in basically. If you compare it to the driver's side, that's all nice and straight as it should be, and the near side isn't. So we're going to have to get a new one of these and replace that. And the exhaust is damaged as well. This exhaust, the right hand side, obviously has been caught here, and it's crumpled the exhaust back into the top of the subframe there. You can see it there, it's just crushed it all up. So unfortunately this exhaust comes in one section, so it's both rear silencers, downpipe into a bit in the middle, so we're going to have to buy that probably second hand as one unit. Okay, well we've made some good progress today. We've got this outer rear panel all off, which leaves us to the next bit, which will be making a start on taking the inner panel out, which is connected to the boot floor. But we're going to have to tape up the inside of this because when we start grinding the rivets off, it's going to make a complete mess. And it's got to come off from the inside here. So yeah, we've got a lot of work to do there. That's going to probably be the biggest part to replace. And we're probably going to chop straight through the middle of this, take a section out of here, so we can then start working our way outwards, if you see what I mean. It'll be easier to take it off that way. I suppose we better start talking about some prices. So I actually ended up bidding 15 grand to buy the car on Copart. I initially didn't want to go any higher than 12, and I got totally carried away. I have to say it's very addictive when you're in these auctions to get bidding.
How am I going to go there? How am I going to go where? How am I going to go up front there? Sold. The gentleman in the back there, high bidder.
Bid, which, you know, I am guilty for, but at the end of the day, it was the car I wanted, the colour I wanted, wheels, interior. As I said in the first video, it's exactly what I was after, along with the mileage, engine. So for me, it was worth paying a bit more to get that car. With all of the Copart fees, which were quite expensive, and the delivery fee, this came in at £16,900. It's just shy of 17 grand to buy the car as it was in the damaged condition. I did do a little bit of research online. These year cars with this mileage, there was some going for about 30,000. Now, okay, this will never ever be worth that because it is a category S write-off, but it gives me an idea of sort of where I can play my budget to. We've bought the car, it's probably cost more than what I really wanted to spend, but I'm not too worried about it because this is the car I wanted. So I've ordered the front headlight, which has come in at just under 300 quid. I think it was about £294. Quite a lot of money, another cost I wasn't expecting. The front bumper, I actually ended up managing to get for 160 quid because the one they sent out to us was actually damaged and they gave me a £200 refund on it. So I did buy it for 360. So that's great news because it's saved the budget a little bit. Does mean we're going to have to get it painted though because it was in the correct colour, but obviously now it's all scratched and damaged. The doors, they were £400 each. I do believe I'm going to have to swap some modules over because the door on the passenger side rear, the window isn't working from the driver's window switch. Now I'm thinking these doors look like they're off autobiography, which we've ordered, so I think I need to swap a few bits over. Not a lot, just a few bits to get them to start working again, basically. The suspension part we talked about, which was next to nothing. I think it was about 15 quid, so that's good. That's an easy fix as well. And all of the rear panels, so I'll show you them on the screen now, all the panels we've got for it. They've come in, they were genuine from Land Rover. They've come in, including that, at £1,200 altogether, which we knew was going to be fairly expensive, but that is the brunt of the damage on this car. So once we've got that in, we can start building it all back together. Rear bumper was 150 quid. Wrong colour, too many parking sensors in it, but we're going to obviously get that painted and swap over the old looms from the old bumper into the one we've got now as well, so we can enable that to work. That's all the parts we've got at the minute. Obviously we've still got more stuff to get. Just going to make a start on taping up the inside of the Range Rover in here to stop all the dust and swarf and whatever else going all over the interior, because we think it'd be an absolute nightmare to get that out once we've done the job. So we're actually using a bit of common sense, aren't we?
Yeah, which we should have done when we were grinding, really.
But we didn't, so we've learned our lesson, and we're going to do it now. So we've removed all of the wiring looms which were clipped in along with the sound deadening, so we can get access to all of the rivets down the side, so we can pop these out to then work our way to start pulling this panel out. So we're now going to give it a go, wish us luck, and see how we get on. I've just made it look like we've done something. Yeah, done my bit. We've had to clean off the seam sealer here to get access to the rivets, so we can grind the top off to get the chisel underneath to split it. So we're just working our way here. We're probably going to try and cut it out section by section to make life easier for us. Done. I mean, I don't think the rest of it would be that bad to get off onto section by section.
Right, so we've got our D-rivet along here to the here, so that's the second panel, and then these ones down here and then along there, and that will bring that out, and then we can repair that, and then same the other side. tools to invest in for the next one? You know what tools now to invest in for the next one?
Yeah, you. Cool. See what he does on his Saturday nights.
That's only my left hand.
Hey.
Right, so now what we've got to do is de-rivet this one to here, which you didn't see on the other side because we'd already removed this panel. And then Alex has ground all these out along here, so then we can remove this panel and job's done. Nice.
We're just going to offer in this driver's side rear lamp just to make sure everything looks as it should.
Nothing's moved when we've took the panels out, that's what we're checking for.
Yeah, just to make sure that nothing's moved on this side. And from what we can tell, we are happy. Right, so we've now got the rear panel completely out. So we just finished getting the rear panel out of the Range Rover, finally. It's taken many hours of laborious chiselling, grinding, everything. We're now going to clean all of the rivets flush and then get all the seam sealer off so we can start the process of fitting the new panel. So let's get going. I always say that, don't I?
You do always say that.
But I always cut it out.
Do you?
Most of the time, yeah, because I sound like an idiot. Sound like an idiot anyway, but... Housekeeping! A couple of things what we're going to have to do is these are earth points. So obviously you've got an earth here and an earth here, but they don't come on the new panel. I haven't got the facilities to put these in, but I think we're just going to nut and bolt it through and hope that it works. I mean, I can't see why that wouldn't work. But that's what we're going to do, just to try it, to make sure it's all correct and as it should be. We decided to use a big old slide hammer to straighten the very edge of the chassis leg, as the damage was minimal. Kieran uses a hammer and a dolly to straighten the boot floor as we slightly bent it, removing the rear panel. We've just laid in the new inner rear panel. We're happy with the way it sits, so we're going to clamp it all up, get some panel bond, get that in there, and then we're going to rivet it all, and then let it go off overnight. Just straightened this panel out because it had just a very, very slight kink just here. And we've just used a dolly and a hammer just to bring that back true again. We're now going to use some panel bond and some rivets and attach the new panel to the boot floor. Let's go. Let's go now. Nee, 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 nee.
You got another one of those?
Got another tube, yeah. If you're enjoying our builds and our progress, give us a thumbs up and make sure you've subscribed to the channel and drop a comment in if you think you could have done it better. Got the new inner rear panel in, we're all happy, it's all panel bonded and riveted in, and then once this is all gone off and the epoxy is set, we're then going to put the outer rear panel and finish off the work for the offside light panel as well. But we're getting there slowly. Can't remember what I said. I went angry face there.
You're doing angry face.
What's a thumbnail?
The video thing. The picture.
Oh!
Look at the camera and just hold your chisel
Just
up.
hold me hammer and chisel.
Yeah. We're going to use this to attach the rear panel to the car. What are we going to do?
Can't take seriously that glove.
Black leather gloves. No, see, do I bear?